Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Cameron Roden with the Utah Highway Patrol and Department of Public Safety. We appreciate your attendance today and your support as we honor the fallen Santaquin officer and as we give updates on yesterday's case. For members of the media, first off, we posted around the room, there are flyers with the QR code with a link to the media release and the media packet that has photos that you can use. You can credit those to the Santaquin City Police Department. Also, the speakers will go in this order. First, we'll hear from Chief Rodney Hurst, who will give a bio on the officer. Following him, we will hear from Michael Hooser, who is a brother of Sergeant Hooser. Following him, we will hear from Lieutenant Corey Slaymaker from the Spanish Fork Police Department, who will be speaking on behalf of the Santaquin Police Department. Concluding, we'll hear from Colonel Michael Rappage. Due to the recent nature of this case and an ongoing investigation, there will not be time for question and answer. The materials that will be released today are the most up-to-date information, and we'll proceed in that order.
I want to thank everyone for coming. I do apologize for the late start. I know we're about 2 hours behind, but in a case like this, we move at the speed of the family. So at first, I want to thank everyone. There is not words to express the gratitude that I have from the governor all the way down to the local city officials, to the firefighters, to the police officers, to my right-hand man, Lieutenant Wall, and the chiefs, specifically the chiefs of Utah County and the sheriff. They have been instrumental in helping us through this, and will continue to assist us. And I just want to let them know that I have more thanks or more gratitude than words can express. Sergeant Billy Dean Hooser, that's Hooser, H-O-O-S-E-R, is 50 years old, a Santaquin resident, was the officer killed in the line of duty on May 5th, 2024. Sergeant Hooser was a Utah native with 8 years of law enforcement experience. He began his career in law enforcement with the San Juan County Sheriff's Office in New Mexico, and was subsequently hired by Santaquin in 2017. Corporal Hooser was promoted to the rank of sergeant in February 2024. He is survived by his spouse of 29 years, 2 daughters and 1 granddaughter. Just on a personal note, I know everybody says this when an officer gets killed, but Sergeant Hooser was one of those guys that was really squared away. He was a by the book, right and wrong, even had the flat top haircut to go along with it. He was a top-notch officer, and it's going to be hard to replace him. Every time I see a law enforcement officer killed in the line of duty, I'm always reminded of a scripture from the Old Testament, and it's Isaiah 6:8. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" Then said I, "Here I am, send me." In a nutshell, that describes Sergeant Bill Hooser, and I'm sure I'll get a chance to speak in front of you again, but that's all for today. Thanks for coming.
My name's, My name is Mike Hooser. And Bill was my big brother. I have a statement from the family. But before I read that, I'd like to tell you something about Bill. Bill started his law enforcement journey as a volunteer, unpaid, doing the same job. And he started that late in life. So it was a decision that he made, something that he wanted to do, and it's something that he loved to do. The Hooser and Edwards family are devastated by the loss of our beautiful husband, son, brother, father, and grandfather. Such a senseless loss that hit so hard for not just our family, but our extended law enforcement family and the community. We take comfort in the outpouring of support we have received from agencies and offices all over the state. Although nothing could never make up for the loss we feel, we take solace knowing that Bill died a hero. Doing a job that he loved. Serving people that he loved. This community and his brothers and sisters in law enforcement. In this community that he called home. Thank you again for your support. Your continued prayers and love are felt and needed at this time. As I drove down the road, I was truly humbled by the state of Utah. I drove in from Wyoming this morning, and the entire way, I could see the love and support of Utah. I thank you.
Lieutenant Corey Slaymaker with Spanish Fork Police Department. On behalf of the Santaquin City Police Department, they've asked that I help them with media relations. Yesterday, as we spoke, we shared some information. Today, we want to add on that and give an outline of the sequence of events that took place that ultimately took the life of Sergeant Bill Hooser. On Sunday, May 5th, 2024, just prior to 6 a.m., the UHP Richfield dispatch received a call from a driver reporting an individual standing on the back of a semi-trailer near mile marker 207 on I-15 northbound. A UHP trooper gets his first observation of the vehicle northbound at mile marker 242 with no vehicles around it. The UHP trooper and Santaquin officer located the semi and initiated a traffic stop at exit 244 here in Santaquin. Both the trooper and the officer make contact with the driver of the semi-truck. The suspect made a U-turn abruptly, deliberately targeting the officers and intentionally hitting both vehicles. He also struck the Santaquin officer, causing fatal injuries. The suspect fled on foot to a nearby convenience store where he stole another semi-truck. The suspect left the stolen semi in Mona, Utah. Multiple units responded, including SWAT units, in an attempt to locate the suspect. It was reported that the suspect stole a Ford pickup out of Mona with an unknown time lapse. An attempt to locate was broadcast statewide in an attempt to locate that vehicle. That Ford pickup was located in Mount Pleasant, Utah, and the suspect stole another vehicle at this location. An additional attempt to locate was updated around the state, attempting to locate this second vehicle. The stolen vehicle was located in Vernal and fled from troopers at an extremely high speeds, and the vehicle crashed. The suspect was taken into custody and transported to a local area hospital. As you know, there are multiple locations where investigations are still taking place. This is still currently a very active investigation with further information that will still be coming forward. We thank you for your support in this event.
Good afternoon. Colonel Michael Rapich with Utah Highway Patrol. I'd like to begin my remarks first with acknowledging our incredible appreciation for the amazing collaboration, effort, and response and dedication that was displayed yesterday following this incident by law enforcement agencies throughout the state, specifically in Utah County. Specifically, I'd like to thank and recognize the incredible leadership and resources of Sheriff Smith, the chiefs of Utah County, and the agencies that they oversee, and the quick and immediate response that was part of this tragic incident. We are grateful today to be able to report that our trooper involved in this incident was unharmed. At the same time, we are devastated and our hearts are broken because of the loss of an incredible hero who responded to the incident to help our trooper in his challenging situation. We acknowledge that as devastating and emotionally impactful and hard as this is for our law enforcement community, we know that it is equally devastating and hard to the communities which our law enforcement officers serve, and specifically the community of Santaquin, Chief Hurst, and the incredible men and women of the Santaquin Police Department, and the community of Santaquin. We appreciate the support and stand resolute in our support for this community, for the Santaquin Police Department, and the guarantee that the incredible actions and service of Sergeant Hooser will never be forgotten, and we will always remember and support his incredible family. We're grateful for today for all those come together and the incredible resources that have done. We're grateful for those who serve their community so incredibly well and take on the responsibility of public safety. And we appreciate the support of our media partners, our communities, and law enforcement agencies. Thank you.
That will conclude today's press event. Again, for media, a reminder that the flyer does contain the QR code that you can scan for those media kit materials. So again, appreciate your support and attendance today. There may be some questions that we can add some clarification to, but there may be some that we can't. Go ahead.
Is the suspect still hospitalized?
As far as I'm aware, yes, I believe still local hospital.
And when you say they made contact with the vehicle, was it actually pulled over and stopped, and then he did a U-turn?
Correct. Yeah, the vehicle did stop originally before.
The officers were out of the car when they were hit.
The dynamics of the actual traffic stop are still part of that initial investigation.
Do we have any indication who was on the back of this semi, this individual, so-called individual riding on the back, the initial call?
We don't have any indication of anything like that, but that is, again, part of that initial part of that investigation. Okay, thank you.